Hey guys, so you're probably wondering why I'm here. Well, it's because I want to discuss something that I actually haven't discussed before. That is, anime is overrated. And you're probably thinking, wait, what? Anime is overrated? Yeah. Because I stumbled upon a video, two videos in fact, that is actually named Anime is Overrated. And he's looking at some sort of website that discuss that anime is actually overrated. I'm not gonna actually tell you about it. He actually has 2 subscribers. So like, if you search anime is overrated, you will actually saw his videos about anime is overrated, a new update. And also, he's actually looking at this kind of website. I'm not going to tell you what the website is because, you know, I don't know if I get demonetized or not. And he actually searched on this website about a discussion of if anime is overrated or underrated. Because, you know, anime has kind of, you know, a few kind of problems. I'm not saying that it has any problems. It's that it is too overrated, considering that I've seen multiple anime fans says that, you know, anime can just, you know, beat anything, but in reality, the Cthulhu, SCP mythos, and the DC and Marvel comics are basically being, you know, fictional universes that are very OP. Including DC's Leviathan of Stories, which transcends infinitely many worlds, or contains infinitely many worlds, which views the previous as mere fiction. The same can be said for SCP-3812, which is a being that transcends infinitely many worlds, which views the previous as mere fiction. So, the SCP Foundation and the Leviathan of Stories are kind of in a stalemate. Like, really in a stalemate. Considering that they've actually created a character that is very OP considerably. So when I discovered SCP-3012, and back then when I thought that he can't be beaten, so I've decided to take upon myself to actually equalize or beat SCP-3812 or sort of around characters. But first, I need to analyze what SCP-3812 is. Initially, I thought that he transcends infinite narratives, not transcending infinitely many worlds, which views the previous as mere fiction. But I was wrong on my previous video. Is that I created something that transcends beyond infinitely many worlds, which views the previous as mere fiction. And he's called Hyper Infinity, by the way. You've seen my previous video on Hyper Infinity versus SCP-3812. Hopefully, no SCP fans is triggered. I also encountered a similar YouTuber, but I'm not going to talk about him in this video. So anyways, guys, so this is to discuss about fictional verses and which verses is the most powerful considerably. So I think the SCP and DC ones are the most powerful, considering that they actually have characters, or a character that transcends infinitely many worlds, which views the previous as mere fiction. DC has the Leviathan of Stories, and the SCP Foundation has SCP-3812. I've also encountered this YouTuber called Michael this year, which he actually says that Astral Regulator Thanos, you know, transcends infinitely many worlds, which views the previous as mere fiction. That's kind of a stretch, but I only agree with the DC and SCP ones that transcends infinitely many worlds, which views the previous as mere fiction. Although this YouTuber does have evidence for this. It's in the description, basically. So, I think DC and the SCP Foundation are the two most powerful fictional stories in existence. Basically, no one can match them because they have their own characters, which transcends infinitely many worlds, which views the previous as mere fiction. I've discovered the Leviathan of Stories from Webcam Parrot. Subscribe to him, by the way. And SCP-3812. Oh look, he's swimming fast. Anyways, I discovered the SCP-3812 from an specific SCP YouTuber, basically. So, anyways, that's the end of the discussion about fictional universes. I don't know what this title of the video is supposed to mean. So, I'll just put it in the title about discussion. Well, only discussion. Because I don't know what title this video is gonna be. So anyways, make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications, and peace out. Also, sorry for walking around here and not somewhere else. So anyways, peace out.